It's insane. It's officially been 5 months since me and my son have been living in a homeless shelter. We moved in February 22nd. It is now July 22nd. All glory to God. I am so thankful for the opportunity. Yes, the opportunity to live in a homeless shelter. I'm very thankful for it because I needed to be in this type of space in order to gather myself, in order to pour back into myself, in order to find myself again, in order to meditate on God's word, meditate in his silence, meditate when there is, nothing going on, only focus on him. I'm not saying I was doing it 100%, but it gave me that opportunity in a space of rest, a space of peace, a space that I can fill with joy, to be myself, to be my own entertainer, live life to the fullest. Even if we are living at our lowest, and that was the opportunity that the shelter gave me. My son learned to walk in the shelter. He took his first steps right in that room. I ended up finding myself, started my social media account, started on TikTok as a form of therapy. It's just been a lot going on that I feel like I just need to sit down and get it off my chest. Number one, we view our first apartment. It is beautiful. It is located on one of the highest floors in the biggest building that I've ever lived in. It is a new renovation. It is a new building. I am opposed to new buildings coming from a property management background, which is what my previous job was in. I love the amenities. The room is perfect. I'm gonna have to get used to the height. I love the natural lighting. I love the bathroom. I first started my TikTok wanting to get my son his own room. It's okay. We're not there yet. He still sleeps with mama anyways. So the goal is obviously to just get into this apartment. That is the goal. So my favorite thing about the apartment complex is the amenities that the building comes with. One, it comes with laundry in the building. That is a win-win-win-win-win when having a toddler, okay? And just is more convenient in general living in New York City. It also has a playroom, which is fantastic. Don't know if we're actually gonna use it, but that's nice. But my favorite part, it has a gym. Sorry, Bling Fitness, I'm probably gonna have to cancel my membership. I mean, you guys were collecting monthly fees and I barely attended anyway, so but that's super excited. Now I know I'm speaking as if I've already signed my lease and we've already been given the green light to move in, but at this point I'm gonna speak it into its existence because I believe this apartment was literally waiting for us. Okay, I'm gonna get into that backstory probably in a different video, but I feel it in my heart. This is why you should always be grateful of whatever circumstance you were in. Next door to me, there lived a woman who was constantly in a DV situation. So, of course, I heard the arguments, I heard the fighting, I heard the yelling, the kicking and the screaming, the walls tearing down. Like, I heard everything, and I couldn't wait for them to move out. This is why you say the grass is not greener on the other side, because once they moved out, shortly after someone else moved into that apartment, someone who was quiet, which is okay, thank goodness. But then now I became the noisy neighbor. Oh, me? Yes, you, girl. So this neighbor moved in on my floor. Apparently she was living in the building before I moved in. She was transferred from a different room. She automatically made herself at home, I guess, on the floor. So our first interaction, she introduced herself and said, "Hi, I'm next door, I'm your neighbor." And I said, "Okay, hi." In my mind, automatically, I was like, "Neighbor? We in the shelter. Ain't no neighbors." But nice, you're being friendly, you're being neighborly. I get it, you know what I mean? Second time, our encounter was due to, the volume of my room. So it was a noise complaint. Explained that, so sorry, we're morning people, and I'm very active with my son, blase. I always feel like I need to give an explanation to somebody, even when I feel like I know I'm not in the wrong. So I explained, okay, it's my bad, we'll definitely try and keep it down. So it was many encounters. I don't even know if I actually want to go through the entire, every single encounter. I was having an argument on the phone with my baby father I got so upset. A lot of noise in my room because I was so upset. I was screaming, I was yelling, and my son was crying because of course he can see, you know, that mommy's not okay, and he just wanted me to pick him up. I could not pick my son up in that moment. I needed to calm down. She came, called security because she was concerned that the baby was crying and something was going on in the room. No problem. I also apologize for that as well because it was early in the morning. Every other day, there's a knock on my door about a noise complaint. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, first of all, the walls are thin. This is, a refurbished old hotel. Like, honey, there's always noise going on. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I try my best to keep it down, but I'm not going to be a mouse inside my own room. So, and I know I'm doing my content creating and all of that. So, she can hear everything. So in the mix of dealing with a new neighbor, my housing specialist reached out to me. She was like, Nicola, meet me downstairs on Tuesday at 12:30. You're going to go view your new apartment. Ooh, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to be out of here. This neighbor doesn't even have to deal with me anymore, honey. You wouldn't even see my face. You won't hear my gospel music. You won't hear me dancing and singing and yelling with my son. You won't hear me, on the phone talking with my mama. You won't hear nothing, honey, because I'm about to be out of here. So I'm getting ready to go meet my housing specialist to go look at this apartment. Guess who's coming with me? The neighbor. Oh my goodness. What do you mean the neighbor's coming with you? Yes, she also was selected for the same building complex as me. So we are going to go view so we get into the van, we're going to go view the apartments together, so we're keeping it casual, we chatting it up, because at this point I feel like all of the beef have been squashed. We're having a good jolly old time, right? Go see the apartment complex, come right back. Fast forward to the next day. In the morning again, I hear a knock on my door. This is around 9 a.m. So I answer it. It's her complaining, saying, I'm waking up her child because I'm being loud again in the room. So I say, okay, I'm so sorry, whatever. So I close my door. To be honest, at that point, I was already on 10, and now that complaint already sent me over, now I'm on 12. Because one, I was already frustrated. I woke up to having to clean up my son's mess. He got into some things. I barely got any sleep last night. I'm dealing with his eczema, itchy skin, so I was up all night applying lotion every 2 hours, to the point where now I'm getting up, I'm tired, getting frustrated. So I'm venting to myself. I'm like, baby boy, just please go to sleep. Baby boy, mama ain't got no sleep. Baby boy, this. And I am kind of loud, but it's the only thing, to be honest, that keeps him from crying when he can hear me I'm going back and forth from the bathroom, into the room, and I'm cleaning, so he can't actually see me the whole time, but he can actually hear me, and it's the only thing that's keeping him quiet in his crib. Honestly, I continue my venting. I didn't care in that moment because I was like, you just give me a moment, like, let me calm down. I can understand if I continue to carry on and it was going on, like, it prolonged for a period of time. It didn't. It was only a couple of minutes, and it was just like, come on, you already can hear that I'm already in a state of mind where I'm very frustrated, I'm very overstimulated. I don't need you knocking on my door saying I'm waking up your child now. Like, honey, it's the shelter where everybody's waking up everybody's child. Like, there's always a baby crying, there's always some sort of dispute in the hallway, there's always security banging on our doors every few minutes. Like, I wonder where it's going. Is it going to Jamaica? Can you take me to Jamaica with you, sir? You're interrupting my video, but have a safe flight. So due to my microaggression in my room of me venting, she came banging on my door again and said, I don't know who you talking to. I don't care who you talking to. Come outside right now. Meet me outside so I can beat that. Like, automatically felt like middle school again. Like when Shamika writes, thought I stole her boyfriend, her short king, okay, and told me to meet her in the gym so she could whoop that ass. Just like, I'm not gonna open the door after you have threatened me, ma'am, to whoop my booty. Why would I open the door? That's a threat. Call 911, please. Like, I did open my door. Yes, I did, because I'm a brave soul, and I opened my door hoping to de-escalate the situation, because I understand. All right, I get that I was angry, but I didn't have to, escalate it to a point, especially when I know that there are listening ears. I didn't have to drag it that far, but like I said, I'm in my anger, and when you're in your anger, you don't care. I was like, calm down, like I'm talking to myself, so sorry, I'm gonna keep it down. I'm just frustrated at the fact that I didn't get any sleep. My own baby is stressed out, and so I'm sorry. She was like, from BK, and I was just like, okay, I'm from BK too. Like, it was bleep 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 this, bleep 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 this, sit your ugly bleep down. What really got me was that she really said, sit your ugly ass down every morning on TikTok. So I was like, how you know I'm on TikTok? What really got me was the ugly part. This is a lady that got no teeth. Like, she ain't got not one tooth in her mouth, calling me ugly. I really want to say, shut up before I bite you. Talking a lot. You're talking a mile a minute like you got 1,000 teeth in your mouth and you even got none. I could have said that, and I did it. I'm being so serious. This is definitely a true story. Like, she has no teeth in her mouth, to the point where I spoke to my mom. I said, Mommy, there's an old lady in here trying to fight me, and I don't understand why this old lady's trying to fight me. Like, she literally has no teeth in her mouth, and also I don't understand how she has a baby my age and she's old. So my mom was like laughing at me, like literally laughing at me, and she was like, first of all, sweetie, the lady's probably not even old. She's probably a retired crackhead. That's why she ain't got no teeth in her mouth. So after that, I was like, I don't want you knocking on my door anymore. That was why I was upset, because I'm told that no residents are supposed to knock on anyone's door. That is literally the house rules. It's in the house rules, ma'am. Like, you've been here for so long that you forgot the house rules. So let me remind you, if you have a complaint regarding a resident that lives next to you, across from you, downstairs from you, it don't matter. Have a complaint, you go to security. You have a complaint, you go to your case manager. You have a complaint, you talk to supervisor. He was upset that I was like, I can vent all I want in my room. I'm just telling you, don't knock on my door anymore. And if you have a complaint, follow the house rules and go to security. No, she wanted me to meet her outside so she could beat that booty. And I said, do you want to beat the booty so that it can get fatter? Because I've been working on that. Bottom line, the reason for this story is because this lady is going to be living right across from me on the same floor. So I've been so stressed out regarding this entire situation, because I have acknowledged the fact that yes, I am a noisy neighbor and I need to keep it down, but also I'm also a nice neighbor. And my thing is that building security decided that they are going to split us up. We can't live next to each other no more. So instead of trying to move her, Nicola, you can move your stuff so that you don't have any future issues with this resident. And they made it seem as if like they were doing me a favor. So I had to quickly inform building security that is not going to work for me. The only time I ever want to pack my stuff up and move is move the heck out of the shelter. You guys are making more issues and problems for me. I don't like packing up and I don't like moving. It's one of the things that I despise doing, right? Just because I'm a pushover, just because I'm not the aggressor, just because I'm not yelling at you guys in the hallway, because she is. She's yelling at you guys, she's threatening you guys, and she does not want to be moved, but she is provoking everybody else, right? So how is that going to help the situation when once we get out of this building, we're going to be living across from each other? So why move me now? Why stress me out now? Automatically hands went up. Oh, we have nothing to do with what happens when you guys get out of here, so then leave me alone. If she has a complaint right now regarding noise while she's still living in the facility, then please move her. I did not make a complaint. I've been here for 5 months dealing with everything else, everybody else's issues and dramas, and I've never once made a complaint, okay? Okay, let's digress. Due to that altercation, I was thinking very hard whether or not I wanted to even take the apartment. Why would I ever want to refuse God's blessing? I'm getting a little bit of a fight, and I'm thinking maybe this apartment that basically came out of the blue is not for me. And I'm like, it's obviously too easy, even though this journey itself hasn't been easy. I think it's safe to say that I do come with a lot of baggage. This is what summer's about. Eating melted ice cream with a fork in the park.